So you're thinking about moving to the Bee Cave or Lakeway area near Austin? Well, you're at the right place. Hi, my name is Mark Harrison. This is my wife, Shara. We are so excited to have you guys with us today because we're going to have a very special guest, a man named Andy Rebber, who is one of the city council members here in Bee Cave. He's going to share some information. We're going to be live about what's going on in Bee Cave, the new expansions of a lot of the developments and the housing communities and whatnot. We are actually in front of City Hall here in the heart of the Hill Country Galleria.
Hey, everybody, come join us. You're going to want to stick with us. You're going to hear all of the upcoming events, all about the growth and the development, the things that are happening in the Hill Country Galleria area, Bee Cave, Texas, and this amazing gateway to the Hill Country. Make sure you hit that bell and subscribe.
And we're getting after it right now.
Hey, everybody, we are super excited. We've got Andy Rebber, Bee Cave City Council member, here with us today. And we're going to talk about some of the exciting things happening in Bee Cave, Texas. So, Andy, thanks so much for being here today.
Oh, thanks for asking me, Shara. Appreciate it.
Excited. Mark had just asked a question. How long have you been on City Council?
This is my first term. It started in May of 22, and it will run to May of 24, and I'll run for re-election next year. So it's been a very, very busy 2 years. So
tell us a little about that busyness. What's happening in this area?
Okay. Well, we have several really large projects. Village of Spanish Oaks is probably the largest in terms of dollars and location. It's going to be built in front of Spanish Oaks, the private golf course community, and it will be multi-use. They'll have a spa. They will also have, kind of like here at the Galleria, they're going to have businesses. They're going to have offices, residential. There'll be condos. They're also building townhomes. So they'll bring quite a bit of business as well as population. It will be kind of more of an upper scale development. Across 71 from that is the backyard. That's a very large development that will have an amphitheater, offices, I believe it'll probably come back with a little bit of residential. The roads have been made through there. You can see it from the park, so it's really nice. The Willie Way will connect from by HCI on BK Parkway down to 71, so it'll make another connector, so you don't have to go around 620 or Hamilton Pool Road. So
could
that would
you
be
say what HCI stands for?
HCI stands for Hill Country Indoor. So it's a very large multi-use facility with basketball courts, pickleball courts, volleyball, weightlifting, all kinds of indoor sports and activities. That is right on BK Parkway. Okay, to go ahead and redesign Central Park, the master plan. So the city's working on that now. So that'll be completely revitalized. We'll have a couple of roads that will connect. The library will be built over by the park. It'll be off of 71, so the access will be on 71, basically across from Village of Spanish Oaks when that's built. So it'll be a brand new library, which we're looking forward to, which will connect to the park. So I come in ambiance, you can go to the library and do activities and connect all through there. But all of that's kind of in the same place. You have the library, the new park, or the upgraded park, and then the backyard will all be right there. And then HCI, Hill Country Indoors, is there as well. The hike and bike trails will continue to be built. They connect from the Galleria and go all the way up to the high school.
How many miles is that?
I believe it's about 3 miles total of what we have right now, and we're going to be building more here in the Galleria, which is where we are now. Speaking of the Galleria, they are in the process of coming in front of council with some changes. They're going to start wanting to go a little bit vertical. They're going to want to add storage here, to add some residential, maybe a little bit of office. They're going to change it around a little bit, move around, add, subtract, different stores. But it'll look completely different here in the Galleria in about 3 or 4 years. But they should be bringing that to us, I believe, first quarter of next year. So just lots of things for a town of 9,000 people.
Right.
So we're very close to Hamilton Pool and Reimers Ranch. Reimers Ranch has miles and miles of mountain bike trails, equestrian. It's one of the 3 parks in Travis County where you can ride horses. Hamilton Pool is world famous for the pool and the activities there. You have the breweries, the wineries, and distilleries of the Hill Country. There's about 10 of them within 5 miles of where we're sitting right now. About 10 miles from where we're sitting. So you have those options. You have the trails. Obviously, Lake Travis is a huge draw. So Have that. Also here in the Galleria during the summer. For the last 2 years, we've had a musical put on by a professional group. This last year, they did Beauty and the Beast. Next year, they're going to be doing Footloose. So all of us 80s people will really enjoy that. I know we're dating ourselves here. So looking forward to that. This will be the 3rd year that we have ice skating again. That will start right around Thanksgiving and run to right after the first of the year. Be in front of the library here in Galleria. So we try to add a lot of things. We have Buzz Fest. We also have Film Festival here. There's, like you said, the concert series for 6 weeks in the spring and then the fall. We'll bring in different acts, such as Bob Schneider and some other local acts. So it's really a lot going on here. They just had Oktoberfest last weekend.
Sweet.
Next weekend is the Rolling Car Art Festival. So there's something here at least once or twice a month that you can find from all ages. You can go from kids to adults to what have you. Like I said, you went to ice skating rink, and the concerts, they're more adult oriented, and the plays, which are all ages. So we have a lot of things here.
How long have you lived in BK?
I've been in BK 4.5 years. Prior to that, I was in Lakeway, just right next door, for 4 years. So we've been here about 9 years. And one of the things, like we had talked about earlier, that makes BK so unique in terms of accessibility is that we have about 9,000 people, just under 10,000 actually, currently. But we have some very, very unique neighborhoods. We have kind of a neighborhood that would be smaller homes, kind of a nice stepping, to get into BK, which would be Ladera. That's right across from Hill Country Indoors in the park. It has a trail that goes from Ladera to the park to connect to the trails. We have Falcon Head, which is a golf course community. It's a very, very nice golf course. Falcon Head West, which is a part of Falcon Head. It's very nice homes. It's close to some of the schools, and it's the furthest west, so it's a good neighborhood if you want to go out west and connect with all the nature out there. The Homestead, which is where I live, is very close to, or in fact, it's right next to Spanish Oaks. Homestead is the oldest neighborhood. It's acre lots, anywhere from about 1.5 to 10 acre lots. It's the only neighborhood where animals, horses and chickens and things like that are allowed. So it's a very eclectic group. We have the Uplands, which is a very nice gated community, which is the furthest east that we have. And then we have a smaller neighborhood, Hamilton Pool West, which is out Hamilton Pool. And again, it's kind of older with some older lots. And then we have a couple of other neighborhoods that are part of the city, but not in the city. And that would be Spanish Oaks, which is a gated golf course, very, very high-end, multi-million-dollar home community. And then Lake Point, which is a very nice master planned community that's close to the Uplands. But you can definitely find what you want here. The Pearl is another project being built currently. They're going to have 350 upscale apartments and about 60 townhomes that'll be built. Those townhomes will be starting at a little over $1 million. So again, you can find any type of living you want. If you want to live in a townhome and be in the Galleria, kind of a city center type, you can go from there all the way to living in the West or Homestead and be in more of a rural, feel like you're out in the country neighborhood.
The walkability of the townhomes and living right in the hub of BK.
Correct.
And then you also have acreage estates that are completely custom in custom homes, private gated community, amazing golf course. And there's a little bit in between, right? There's
absolutely
everything in between. It's a small area, but really densifying.
Correct. And that's part of what council wanted to do is one of the things to help with traffic is, dense. So if you have places where people can live and walk and work and play and not have to be in their car and drive 15 minutes every time they want to go to the grocery store or go to CVS. And so the density that we have in what we call town center, which is this Galleria area or where the backyard's going to be, so that central area is going to be more dense. So we're going to have, like I said, apartments, condos, townhomes, so people can walk. They can go to restaurants. They can walk to the library or what have you, and that will also help, keep the traffic down as well. So it was one of those issues. We're also building some bypasses for traffic, so that's part of the plan. And TxDOT will be doing some renovation on 620, which I believe will start in the next year or so. And that'll widen it to put some turn lanes in and also another lane in each direction. So we're trying to address the traffic, but there's so much growth as we go west.
It's too bad.
Right, yeah, it's too
Before
bad.
it becomes Austin.
Right, exactly. And I certainly want to talk about the tax rate here as well.
Yes.
BCave's tax rate is 0.02 per $100 valuation. It is one of the 10 lowest in the state of Texas.
Yes.
So, and the reason we can do that is the Galleria and the park, or the shops, and all the commercial that we have here, and that fuels it. And then also the council has been very fiscally conservative with what we do. We have a lot of projects we're doing, as you can tell, but that's all funded through the commercial aspect. And so it's not only a great place to live with all the amenities and all the outdoors, but it's also extremely affordable. It's one of the most affordable communities in Texas to live in terms of taxes.
And that's really big. You know, between all of the counties in and around Austin, raising values over the last couple of years to really catch up with the market value, the tax rates are really important.
And with home prices going up, the valuations going up, when you really look at your tax rates, that can make a huge difference at the end of the year. Thousands of dollars of difference if you live in BK versus, say, Austin or Georgetown, places like that with a much higher tax rate.
And one of the things that I really found interesting is that you are not sacrificing the quality of schools. The Lake Travis School District is one of the top in Texas, and it's really the second rated and rivals the top rated, right, in the Austin area. So you are missing nothing when it comes to schools and education.
Right. Well, in Lake Travis, the school board just lowered their tax rate by, I believe, 11 or 12 cents as well. I think they're at 1.07, something like that. So not only are they building a second high school that'll be online in 2027, and then they are building, I believe, another elementary school as well. But the tax rate's going down to be, with the valuation and the growth that we have, so it's able to balance that out. So, like I said, you get the best of both worlds in BK.
Yes, you do. Okay, now I have to just digress for one moment. You mentioned the 80s, but those of us that were here way back when came to Hamilton Pool in the 70s. So we're familiar with Hamilton Pool and all of those areas, but you had me at the backyard. The backyard was a venue that was incredible for small concerts. We had Stevie Ray Vaughan, we had Double Trouble. I know I just dated myself. Who else did we have there? Anybody that was anybody.
Oh,
right?
everybody.
Because Austin is the live music capital of the world, but the backyard is literally across the street, and people would just come out here for standing room only for live concerts in a very intimate setting. So you have any intel on what the backyard is going to be like?
Well, the intent of the new backyard project, which is essentially across 71,
Yes.
was to take the amphitheater and kind of give that back to the community. The original backyard closed when they built the Galleria and the shops back in the early 2000s. And the intent of the developers of the backyard was to bring back the amphitheater, to bring back live music. And the current plan on the amphitheater is about, I think it seats about 4,500, 5,000, something like that, which is, pretty similar to what the backyard could do packed. But they've also designed it so that the acoustics are going to be kind of in a bowl so it doesn't bleed over. And the developer's done a great job just trying to work with the city to make sure everything is coalesces and doesn't create a lot of noise in the neighborhood, but it provides a great venue for the people attending the concerts. So, like I said, it's the city now is a great place to live. But 5 years from now, with the backyard, the Village of Spanish Oaks, the revitalized Galleria, it's going to be completely different here. It's just going to add so many more amenities, and with the tax base continuing to grow, we'll be able to keep our tax rate low as well.
I also want to point out that Bee Cave is probably about 35 to 45 minutes, depending on traffic, to Austin Bergstrom International Airport. So you are not in some rural suburb that doesn't have access to everything major. You're also about half an hour to downtown.
Right.
And that all depends on traffic, as we know, one of the things about Austin that we're known for. So if you want to go into town, if you want to go to Dripping Springs, or if you want to go to Marble Falls, there is so much access to anything. We're on the west side of Austin,
Right.
And there is access to more things than you could ever imagine. But the hub of Bee Cave essentially started, right? Got really developed through the Hill Country Galleria.
Right, correct.
Went into foreclosure way back in the day. But when it was bought out of foreclosure, the development exploded.
Right.
So,
And it's at a hub. If you look at civilization for the last 5,000, 6,000 years, they're always building transportation hubs. Well, the Bee Cave is where you have major highways coming together, and the biggest conglomeration of those in western Travis County. You have Highway 71 dissecting at 620 starts or stops, depending how you look at it, here in Bee Cave. Hamilton Pool Road hits, and also 2244 Bee Cave Road. So 2244 is a direct shot into downtown. Goes through West Lake. Will drop you off right at Zilker Park. 71 can take you to the airport, or it can take you to Marble Falls and all the wineries and things out down in Marble Falls. Hamilton Pool Road will take you to Dripping Springs or Reimers Ranch or Hamilton Pool. And then 620, of course, is our connector to get us to the east side. You hit Cedar Park and Georgetown. So this is where everything comes together, and it's the access. And in talking about the airport, there's a intersection where 71 kind of connects in South Austin to another highway called 290. It's been a bottleneck for about 40 years. It's called the Wyatt Oak Hill, and it's currently under construction with TxDOT. I believe it's going to be done in about 2 years. We anticipate that to cut about 10 minutes off the time to get to the airport. So it will be a very short trip to the airport once that interchange is done.
So if someone were thinking about moving here, what's the number one thing you would tell them to do?
Move here quickly. Move here very quickly. The housing is beautiful. It's wonderful. Like I said, most of it is 10 years or newer. But once you find a place, jump on it, because the housing prices will go up once the economy comes back. And if you want to be in one of the best places in Texas to live, with schools, with access, low tax rates, amenities that you would find in major downtowns, the arts, obviously the wonderful people that live here, access to the wineries, and it really, for Texas, this is an incredible place to live, and now's a great time to buy, because the real estate prices have leveled off and dropped just a little bit, but they will take off in a year or two once the economy comes back. So I would definitely encourage you right now, even though the market is slow, to jump in it, because now's the time to come to Bee Cave.
So we have found an amazing resource for those of you that are looking in the Lake Travis schools or the Bee Cave, Texas area, anywhere in Southwest Austin. He's got a huge history all around the western side and lake areas. So just wanted to share that information, and you can reach out to Andy Rebber.
Yes.
And World of Knowledge has tons of knowledge about real estate in this area, and buying and selling properties as investors, homeowners, and you name it.
All right, thanks again, guys, for being with us today. We had so much fun with Andy today, talking about the Bee Cave area and all that's happening here. You know, Sharon and I live in this area, so we would love you to have it be our neighbor in Bee Cave or Lakeway. So give us a call or shoot us a text, send us an email, or better yet, let's get on a Zoom call so we can make sure you have a smooth move to Austin, Texas.
Don't forget to tap that bell and subscribe if you want to stay informed of the latest happenings in Lakeway and the Bee Cave area. Mark is your go-to guy to find out about qualification. I'm Shara Parker with eXp Realty.
Mark Harrison, Texas Mortgage Source. And remember, happy trails.
Happy trails.